So recently, as a Harry Potter fan, I was quite excited to hear about a 20th reunion with the cast and crew all coming together talking about their stories. That was until I heard they had decided not to include J.K. Rowling and that the three main characters, you know, Hermione, Harry, and Ronald, they had decided that they wouldn't do something with J.K. Rowling because of some tweets she sent regarding women's rights and transgender rights. And here's the thing, let's just start with this straight away. There's a difference between defending your own rights and accusing somebody of oppressing someone else's. Rights are rights, equality is equality, so to speak. But to be honest, if you think that's what she's done, there's nothing I'm going to say on any level that's going to make you think that I have a point. So switch off, don't bother listening. But what really disturbed me about that is one of the clips that I saw had Ronald Weasley or Rupert saying, "We're like a family. We're always here for each other, always together." What a crock of shit. And ultimately, for me, that's what that's about. Is what sort of friends is that? What sort of family is that? I didn't expect them all to be best buddies or on the phone to each other 24/7 or even once a week. But J.K. Rowling made these people. Let's make any mistake about that. Originally, they wanted Steven Spielberg to direct the film. He wanted to do it in America, and he wanted to choose an American cast. J.K. Rowling said, no, it's being done in the UK, and it's being done with a UK cast. And she then basically got her way. This is how we're doing it. Like it or lump it. Spielberg was never in the run-in again, and nor was America. And it was all done in the UK, and it made a lot of UK actors bloody famous as well as bloody rich. And she nurtured those three children. She handpicked Daniel Radcliffe. And for all of them to come out and oust her the way they have, public statements made, no doubt, through their publicists, let's be honest, or their PR agents. But I'd actually be interested to see them debate that with her, to actually debate what it is they think that she's done wrong, because none of them have said that. They've just all come out and said, oh, we support these rights, and nobody deserves to be treated this way or the other. Which, funnily enough, J.K. Rowling didn't say that either. But I would love to see them come out and say what it was, why, how that she's oppressed somebody, how she's taken away someone's rights. But more than that, when it comes down to family values, friendship values, integrity, be honest, really be honest with yourself. If you take away their star status, take away the hero worship you have for them as characters. And I loved, I'm 47 years old, but I still loved the Harry Potter films. There was a magic about them that from a film point of view, a perspective in terms of the details, like, the pictures that came to life, the portraits that came to life, the big hall with the changing ceilings, and just there was something, if you're into magic and the idea of magic and the fantasy and mystery around all of that, you just love the idea of being able to have dishes wash themselves, simple things like that. But I'd love to be a wizard, just so that my house would always be tidy and I'd never have to do anything about it. And there's all of these. So, like a lot of people, I was just caught up in the magic of the Harry Potter series. And so, but if you set that aside, them as individuals, and if you're really, really, really honest, if that was your family, your social circle, your group of friends, the people that you trust, love, would you be happy with being treated that way? Is that the integrity that you'd want in your friends? because that's not my mates. I mean, we've all made mistakes. I've made some mistakes in my life. We all have polarising opinions at times that other people don't agree with. But you don't expect your friends to stab you in the back. And I think it's just one of the things that's difficult for people like myself is we seem to have moved with cancel culture and with social media. We seem to have moved into this area of you're either on that side or this side. You're not allowed to have a different view to somebody else. We used to just say let's agree to disagree, live and let live. But I don't know if that's over simple, is it too clumsy? There's almost this demand from people that you must support what I support. You must be as offended as I am, oppressed as I am, as anarchist as I am. Do you know what I mean? You have to be as passionate as I am. And if we don't tick all 100 boxes together, we can't be friends. I'm disgusted in you. And yeah, that's a bit random and weird to me. I nearly said wandom, whatever that is. And yeah, I don't understand where it's getting people, other than people becoming lonely, more depressed, more offended, more upset. And the groups are getting more marginalised and smaller. And I'm still expected to care about that. And that's literally when I seen what they'd done to J.K. Rowling and how she's been put to one side. The very woman that, if it wasn't for her, none of them would exist. I was just left thinking, yeah, I'm really glad you're not my friends. Because I know what that means. And ironically, the fact that they all sit there saying we're like a family, you're just like, you lot would stab each other in the back tomorrow, without a shadow of a doubt. And maybe it was because I was caught up in the magic and the dream and the fantasy, but I think that's a real shame, because ironically all of the characters were based on their loyalty, not just to Harry but to each other, to their house, to their school, to their professors. It was all about friendship, loyalty and love, and that you would risk your life. Some of them gave their life for the greater good, for the virtue of humanity. It was actually everything. They're not. And that's a real shame for me.